Your movie time.
Yeah. Depending on how fast they go, we might be getting rid of 2 more rules. But
sorry, I distracted you with
art.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Pointless Discourse. I'm Hoppocalypse and I currently have hiccups, so good luck dealing with me. And we have Itisdpayne.
I have my air conditioner on, so if you guys hear a in the background, it means I forgot it was in there when I get back from China, or I just couldn't fix it. So, both are very viable options. And, but yeah, that, alright. Guys, also, peek behind the scenes, the curtain or whatever that, it was hot day. So Brain also, not Brain.
Goodbye, Brain.
Yeah.
Have fun in China.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to go on vacation and flight, and if I'll be honest, I'm also looking forward to closing an era that has been 10 years of my life. But it's like, I'll let other people, if you know, you know. But it's like, I'm looking forward to what's next. It's not the podcast. The podcast isn't what's being closed. So.
Unless you guys comment and tell us just to close it down.
Yeah.
Do it. Rage bait. Give us more engagement.
Yep. And so, as I fight with my dice tray. But yeah, it was...
Your dice aren't going to fall off the table today?
Oh, no, when I said tray, I just meant the holder, because I'm like, why not open? Why, I want to keep that rule somewhat. It's a fun rule.
Yeah, if it's your first time being dropped off here, welcome in. As we mentioned, we roll dice, and we have a lot of rules, because we like to make more work for ourselves, even though Itisdpayne has no brain. He's the scarecrow, and we're making him do all these thinkings. We at least got rid of all the rules with math, I think, at this point.
For the most part. I think there's a couple we have to just make sure that we are... Hold up, how long was my movie? Okay, good, I'm good.
Yeah.
By 20 minutes.
I checked the length of my movie. I watched a longer movie, but not that long of a movie.
My movie was 20 minutes short of the time limit.
But yeah, so we set up a whole bunch of rules, so if you hear us be confused or try and figure that all out, you can see the description, all of the rules that are still in play, because we used to have a bunch of rules, and then we made too many rules, and we're like, if we wrote rules to get rid of old rules, that makes our life easier, maybe? Mm-hmm. And we did get rid of some that were either repetitive or...
We didn't realize we were repeated.
Yeah, or ones that are just a bunch of extra math that didn't change our end result. And by end result, I mean we also like to roll dice, because again, nothing can be easy for us here.
Yeah. It's, I mean, it's just one of those fun things where it's like, I don't know, we like putting challenges on ourselves without even realizing it, where it's like, when we first started dipping our toes into movies, was, in hindsight, it was a very stupid idea. But at the moment, it made sense. Where we tried to do, I think, a 32 movie bracket in 1 month.
Yeah, so we were watching almost 4 to 6 hours of movies, or 6 to 8 hours worth of movies, depending on the length. To be able to do a bracket, and we were like, that's a full work day. And both of us at the time were also streaming, and like we just we need a big commitment.
Yeah, we're streaming. Like it was near the end of COVID restrictions, so it's not like there were still restrictions, I think, but not to the same extent. But
yeah, we learned a lot from that, and this is how our podcast has evolved into what we do now. So like I mentioned, we spin a wheel, and our wheel gives us a prompt right now. Last year we watched particular directors, year before that we watched A24 films, but shame on A24 for taking, I don't know if you saw, they accepted that massive contract to use AI to help them storyboard their movies.
Oh, no, I did not.
Yeah, I think in partnership with Google. So, really, really creative, interesting people. Good for making movies.
They must be green.
I hate the new icons. Sorry, I just looked at them again.
Oh.
The Google. I was on my
Yes.
phone, and because I do have a Google Pixel, I keep things in. There's Keep Notes, which is synced alongside like Google Calendar and all those, and I couldn't
Yes.
find it, and I was like, "Where's the light bulb?" It is so ugly now. So anyway, end of rant.
I don't have the Keep Note app. Wait, did I put it somewhere else? I don't know.
I think it's on.
I have a Samsung, so
Yeah, it might not be default.
pretty much the only thing that's updated on here is the Drive, Sheets. I can't remember and the Gmail logo looks like it has sunburn now.
It's so ugly. I'll send you the Keep Notes one. Like
I think
I
you did
didn't
show me it
I didn't
once.
think this was a light bulb when I was looking for it.
It looks like a rubber duck.
Yeah, with a Cyclops rubber ducky
Yeah.
with an eye infection. Anyway, so we've gone through different iterations of watching movies. Now we have a big old wheel that we spin. And this week's prompt was to watch a movie adapted from a book. And when I was doing my research for what I wanted to watch, I looked at a big list and I was like, I don't want to watch any of these. I know there's a movie.
Me too.
I was like, I know there's a movie that had recently come out, and I was like, I'm going to the library. If it's there, I'm picking it up. And when I was at the library, they had one copy of it on DVD, and I left with it. And I said, it was meant to be. Because I had read this particular book, and I thought
Okay.
that would make it an interesting thing to talk about.
We went the same direction because I watched a movie of the book that I read, and let me just say, I have thoughts.
Oh, okay. So I'm glad that we'll see. So in any case, we have our set of rules to roll dice because we're big tabletop role-playing nerds.
When did your movie come out?
It's really recent.
Okay. It's I have the Wikipedia up for mine, so mine came out in 1986. So
Is that the name of the movie/book?
no.
Mine came out in 2025.
Okay. I
So-
remember that. Yeah, like it was last year. Oh wait.
Wait a second. But anyway, so we at least know we haven't watched the same movie, which that is one of the rules that we have. But like I was saying, we roll dice to see who gets to talk first about our particular movies. We will not be going into spoilers as much as we can. Those are
But
saved.
there will be complaints, at least from one of us. So anyway. I got to choose the die, don't I?
Yes, because you won last week's and got to talk first.
Let's see.
And we choose our die. Whoever rolls the lowest gets to go first. And we try our best. Like I said, there's only special occasions where we go into spoilers, like if we've both watched the movie, or we both, like we did the one which was watch the other host's previous movie, so we got into some spoilers in that one. And otherwise, yeah, we'll just kind of try and pitch each other to or to not watch this movie. And it sounds like you might be landing in the to not watch based on your reaction.
That's what we're rolling. We're rolling a D100.
Okay.
Because most books have over 100 pages.
Gasp. I don't know if this ever gets picked up on Zoom, but I got my dice rolling in my hand.
Oh, well, I just finished rolling, and, well,
I forget. A double zero is zero, right?
yeah, so what single digit did you get?
2.
Hey, I got a 2 in my number as well. Except there's a 90 in front of it, so...
Oh, we went opposite directions.
Yeah.
All right. So I know one of the housekeeping things, along with all of this, is it was my prompt to do a movie adapted from a book. And if you should not be surprised that we ended up with that prompt because we do a bookish episode every year.
Yeah.
Check those out if you also like books. But yeah, so the last meal I ate, I would say it felt like a college meal. I went to an Asian market this last weekend and got myself like instant tteokbokki, the Korean rice
Okay.
cakes,
Mm-hmm.
and I ate it, and I was like, "This is not filling at all." And I
Yep.
scrounged and found I had leftover fried chicken, and I was like, "Well,
Oh.
I'm just gonna eat the Korean fried chicken from the Asian market after eating the rice cakes." Because I've had other instant rice cakes where it at least had like either like dried like veggies or like something. No, this was just the rice cakes, and I thought it was gonna be a thicker sauce. No, it was like soup adjacent, so it was
Okay.
just there was not enough in it to be a meal, but it was fine. If I got it again, I'd probably get like frozen pot stickers or something to like put in the sauce so it
Get
feels
some substance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything else that
I can't remember. Were we keeping the word the as T, or is it the next word? I thought we said it was the next.
Yeah, we can do it as the
word.
next word because that's how things
Alright.
are sorted.
Okay.
And that's why we made the other rule that we have since gotten rid of.
Yes. I was just making sure because my movie does start with the word the. And I was like, well, it could be or not be things.
Alright, so the movie I watched does not have more than 5 words in it. Mine is a single word movie. And it starts
Called
with
the.
and it starts with the letter H.
Mine started with R.
Okay.
Wait, N.
So
I can't read my own handwriting.
Oh, good. So what was that one originally? Favorite or same movie, rewrite a role. What's the one about the same starts with the same letter?
Well, it doesn't.
Oh, do a show and tell. Okay.
Oh, yeah, show and tell. Yes.
I was just curious. Okay, so we don't have to do those things. So whenever you're ready to write down my time.
All right, I am writing it down right now. Go ahead.
And the movie I watched was Hamnet. Spelled, it's like spelling Hamlet, but instead of an L, it's an N.
I think I heard of this, but I don't know anything about it.
I had read the book a few years ago now. But yeah, I don't know how like anyway, let me see where to begin. So I've read the book a few years ago. I believe it is like historical fiction. And basically the concept is looking at Shakespeare and kind of what led him to be inspired to write Hamlet, the play itself. But it's kind of told in a funny way where they don't name that it's Shakespeare, but it's obviously Shakespeare. Where they go, oh, this poor playwright, he's going to London and he has a whole group and he has, all these different things. And they even have scenes in the book about him, like, talking about, like, trying to workshop things and you hear random Shakespeare quotes. So I think if, like, you're a Shakespeare nerd, you go, oh, I know that play. So it's kind of silly.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, most of the story is told from the perspective of following the woman that he's in love with. And I don't know how, like, if any of this is true or anything like that. I didn't do my research. But following his love interest, in which they get married pretty young, they're not really well off, they're in the countryside, and they have children. And overall, it's a huge story about grief. And that's what leads to the writing of Hamlet, the play.
Mm-hmm.
And the author for the original work is Maggie O'Farrell. And I think this is the first work I've read by them. I know I've read... Let me look at their books. I think I've read The Marriage Portrait, and I thought that was pretty good. And it looks like she has some other books. I haven't read them all. But this one in particular, it's not very long. It's pretty short, but it's one of those, like, it's a little flowery, it's a little vague, it's a little, like, very, I don't even know if I want to say the word romantic, because the people in it aren't necessarily likable, but it is, like, you do feel for them in a lot of different ways. So, I remember really enjoying the book, and I do think I cried reading the book. So going into the movie, it's not that I had like super high expectations, but it came to mind because I remember someone saying to me like, "Oh, if you want a good sad movie, you should watch Hamnet." I was like, "Oh, right, I did read that book," and it's one of those like, have you ever watched the anime Your Lie in April?
No, but I have heard the memes.
All right, so it's one of those things where I'm like, I know it's gonna happen. It's not that like Your Lie in April is like predictable, but you can, once you're about halfway through the show, you can kind of see the trajectory of what the show's going to turn into.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it felt watching this, where I was like, I didn't remember every detail, but I was like, I remember these like 5 key points that are important to the plot. And I mean, well written book, because I remembered it well enough that when I saw it on screen, I was like, it's happening. That's the thing that I remember. So per my recollection of the book, having read it a few years ago, the adaptation, the movie Hamnet from 2025, I would say is a pretty decent cover adaptation. I do feel like the one thing that got to me is because it's a movie and you can't, like books, I feel like can usually take their time to build into descriptions of people and environments and things like that. I did feel like the beginning of the movie adaptation kind of rushes the very beginning to get you to the part where you feel sappy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the beginning of the book and the movie both start with Shakespeare and his love interest Agnes. Basically, the first day they meet, and then it zooms pretty quickly into them being together, then her getting pregnant, and them getting married very quickly because, you know, perception of the time. And then they kind of jump to, like, she's having, so she has one child, and then she has a pair of twins. And then you blink again, and the twins are maybe, like, 10 years old. And then it finally kind of, like, slows down. Which,
okay.
Yeah, which isn't necessarily inaccurate to the book. Like, the book does do that. But, again, because of the movie context, they kind of, like, give you those little drop-ins of, it feels almost like memories. And then you kind of slow down and you pay attention to when the twins are about, like, 10 years old. And then all of the pacing kind of slows down to be daily versus, like, year jumps. And, I mean, we've watched movies like that, kind of like Past Lives and things like that. So it's not done poorly. It's just, I remember in the book, it takes, you know, it feels like a slower pace in the book because the book is allowed to. Whereas most movies are like, if you don't want a 6-hour movie, we have to, like, pick and choose. And I think the scenes that they chose to keep are pretty solid ones to shape the characters enough that I think being, like, on that faster timeline, you get to know the characters well enough to be like, okay. So, and I would say the other thing that I found impressive is this particular director. I guess the word I would use is they mirrored a lot of shots, like, between, like, different parts of the movie to kind of emphasize how times have changed for the characters, to where I think those kinds of scenes solidified some things for me that I felt like I didn't necessarily get out of the book. But it's kind of like the thing that people will say where a handful of people could all read the same book and different parts stick with them. So it kind of almost feels like watching this felt like going to a book club and someone was like, this scene was really cool. And you go, what scene? I just thought the other scene was even cooler. So, but Paul Mescal is William Shakespeare in it, and I think he does a great job. I overall think he's a pretty solid actor. Strider made the joke. He's like, oh, aren't a lot of girls, like, into Paul Mescal? I was like, you could probably put me in that bucket. But it's probably just because a lot of the roles that I've personally seen him in is he's a pretty sad guy. And I'm like, yeah, that's all I need. That's enough to convince me. But so, like I said, I gave the overall premise, where it's about kind of like this historical fiction about the inspiration for the play Hamlet. But I would say if you are curious at all about going into this is a movie very much about death and grief. and how that can affect a family. So if you're sensitive to anything related to that, it could be very hard to watch for people because it's a very kind of in a similar way to where some of the more family-oriented A24 movies are, where something really bad happens, and then they have you sit with the actors as they're experiencing the pain of it. And, like, I think I complained about something when I was watching Nosferatu as well, where I felt like the costuming and makeup and everything, I was like, they look like Hollywood people. I can't buy that this is supposed to be a period piece.
Yes.
And Hamnet very much looks like a period piece. Like, the love interest, there's rumors that she's like a woods witch and she like does all these rituals and she's a bit of a wild child. She is, I think there's only one scene in the movie where her face is clean, and it's because she's forced to live with her mother-in-law and like be close to her. But almost every other scene, her hair's tangled, she has dirt on her face, her clothes aren't clean, and they are supposed to be poor, and they do wear the same clothes pretty much throughout the whole movie. And I was like, yes, this, I can believe these characters. But again, believing in the characters makes it suck even more. Like, I did actively sob, and like I had my tissue box next to me, and I was like, I needed a good cry, but man, this is a lot of crying.
And, the sinuses are clear.
And I think the other thing that shakes fists that movie is you put in a good child actor and then have them like cry and say, "Mama, where are you?" And I'm like, shakes fist. How are you not supposed to cry? But yeah, like overall, I think it's a very beautiful story. It's a very I don't know if gritty is the word, but it does feel like actual people being sad in a way that like it's not pretty, it's not kind to people, and that the people end up kind of becoming a-holes because grief, works in all its many ways. Like there were some tough scenes to watch where you fell in love with these characters in the beginning because you're like, oh, they really love each other, they think they have like each other's best intentions, and then terrible things happen and they're like, they can't stand being around each other because they remind each other of, all the hard times.
Mm-hmm.
And and I think the other thing compared to the book versus the movie, I think the movie I think it's okay, it doesn't explain it as much, but the love interest Agnes, like I said, they say she's like a bit of a woodsy witch and has all of these things to her. In the movie, it's briefly implied that she can see people's futures. I believe, if I remember correctly, in the book, they talk more about, like, what she actually senses and feels when she's, like, trying to see things for people. But in the movie, it kind of looks like she just, like, presses her thumb to them and goes, "Yeah, I see your future." Whereas
here you go.
But I feel like if I remember, again, it's been a few years, but in the book,
Yeah.
I kind of remembered it more of one of those, like, she gets kind of general visions and she can feel emotions when it comes to, like, what someone's, like, future is meant to look like.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I can say without it being like a full spoiler, because I do think it's a beautiful story. I think it's okay, like in this instance, I think it's okay if you only pick one of the two. I think if you decide to both watch it and read it, I think you'll find something interesting in both. I kind of really liked reading it first and then watching it, in terms of some of the visuals weren't necessarily things that I had caught on to, and I think the director made some interesting choices that really emphasized some parts that I was like, wow, that's a lot sadder than I remember it being when I read it.
Now I need another tissue box.
But yeah, how much time do I got left?
I got 7.5 minutes.
Oh, I used up quite a few of the minutes. Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
I was looking through the things there. It's brain had question, but brain also delete question.
Yeah, I'll pull up
So,
a screenshot.
I guess because you were saying it, making sure I'm looking at the pictures and it's like it looks kind of grounded in its like art direction and stuff.
Like the costuming and makeup.
Yeah. Which I feel like I'm going to choose 2 Robert Eggers movies if I got the director correctly. Because I know you said Nosferatu. That was Eggers, right?
Yeah, that one was.
He, you said like, the costumes felt more like a caricature than like kind of felt like it fit the thing. And where I feel like the witch, that seems a little bit more simpler, a little bit more set in the costuming design. I from what I remember, I don't know if your thoughts on the costuming, because we weren't talking about costuming when we were doing A24.
That's fair. What I would say is I am curious if it's not to say that some people are better when given less of a budget, but I feel like some people are more creative when they have limits to their budget.
Yeah.
So, because isn't The Witch, like, if it's not his first, it's one of his early films, whereas Nosferatu is the, like, now he's made a name for himself in horror, so... Because, like, I saw an ad for his next one, Werewolf.
Werewolf, yeah.
And the trailer alone, I was like, this looks like an expensive movie. Not to say I don't like expensive movies, but there's something so nice about a movie that's, like... I feel like I could be there. When a movie feels like too produced, I'm like, I don't see myself in this world so much. And not saying that you have to, but like, I would never have assumed myself to be a fly on the wall in the times of Shakespeare, but watching Hamnet, I was like, I can imagine it. There's even a scene, I felt so bad for the child actor. There's a scene that they left in where there's a bug flying around the kid's face, and you can see the kid, he's trying to act, but this fly keeps hitting him in the eye, and he's like, and I'm like, I'm kind of glad they left it, because, again, it kind of makes it feel like it's not perfect, it's a story that's being shared, versus, like, when I was watching Nosferatu, I was like, I know you like your shots, but they're too perfect. You know, it's, I guess in a way, like, when I'm hoping for, I guess maybe my expectations were high because I heard a lot of good things about it, and I am a fan of horror and things like that. And I think when things are too perfect, it takes me out of feeling connected, and instead it turns into a visual. And sometimes that's fine, but I don't know. I was being picky, I guess.
That's fine. I don't know. I was clicking around Eggers' thing. But no, I guess The Witch was his first full film. He has a couple shorts. So, but I guess like in costuming design, which not to, was it Chloe Zhao? Not to take away from her, mainly because I haven't watched any of her other films. I remember seeing things for, I think, Nomadland. Okay. Nomadland is one of the ones that I was seeing a lot of people talk about. Yeah, Nomadland, which came out in 2020.
I think also based off of a book.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she did Eternals. I didn't watch it because I was already tired of superheroes way before that. But anyway, would you say like the costuming fits more like one of those two? Like is closer to The Witch where it's fits closer? If you remember. If not, that's all good.
I mean, like, I'd have to look at The Witch again. Because at the time, like you said, at the time that we were watching the movies, I think it was pretty early on that we watched The Witch, so I wasn't so versed in my, like, talking about movies. But...
all good. Oh, no. I just found out that apparently Robert Eggers, which I am... not to keep talking about him, but it's just I saw that he has an untitled Labyrinth sequel.
Oh, no.
In the works, and I'm like...
leave it alone.
How dare.
So looking at this picture, I looked up a picture of The Witch.
Yes.
They kind of looking at it in hindsight, aren't they? Like, isn't she supposed to be like a farmer family and everything?
Yeah.
She looks very clean.
Clean. Yeah.
Like in hindsight, looking back at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure people could argue that the makeup people in Hamnet clearly like tried to make her look messy, but I mean, this particular shot I think is a nice one where this is people's going to the Globe Theater, and for a lot of them this is their best dress, right? Because you're going into the city and you're trying to enjoy it. Like, I don't know, something about the way they look, because I guess, yeah, looking at that one shot of the witch, like Anya Taylor-Joy, clean hair, clean face, right?
Yeah.
And then there's no stains on her clothes, whereas like the one I sent you of them at the theater, they're just,
everyone's dirty.
yeah. And they all look sad. Their clothes look handmade too, like in a way that like some things are uneven, some things look silly, some things look, you know.
I think this is what it shows, is that Robert Eggers doesn't like to put any color in his film. It's just it's all muted.
I mean, the new Werewolf is also black and white, I believe.
Oh, is it? Okay.
At least the trailer implied it was.
But we're not here talking about Robert Eggers. There's a reason why he was the runner-up.
Dang.
No, it's we
We
for
watched
most people,
a few of his.
Oh yeah, we watched
for A24.
Yeah, it's like just like writing a book. Like for most directors, it's like, hey, it's all good. As like I will give anyone credit for at least making a movie, as long as they weren't a dirtbag about it. Which that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, but I guess I would end this on saying I would highly recommend this. If you, again, I said the warnings, there's a lot of death within a family, so there's a lot of grief around that, and it's not boohoo, it's very, people are, like, at one point, the main actress is, like, scream crying and, like, passing out, and I'm like, yep, that's how it feels to be really sad, like the kind of sad where you don't know where it goes in the body anymore, kind of sad. So, but overall, I'm glad I watched it. I think because I read the book first, it made the movie feel familiar, so I can see where maybe some of, like, I see it has a 7.8, and I can see where people might criticize, like, it's hard to see the connection between them and everything like that, because the beginning is very, like, important. Okay, now we'll take our time. But because I've read the book, I'm like, I remember why these are important, and I'm along for, like, watching it with them.
Yeah, I was scrolling through some of the trivia, and I found out that well, I saw the name, I'm like, why does this name sound familiar? And then I looked it up, I was like, oh, Spider-Man it was supposed to be William Shakespeare at first.
Which Spider-Man?
Tom Holland.
Oh, I could see it.
I haven't seen any of his films, so I don't really know much about him, except people like him. Also, this movie put Chloe Zhao as the fourth woman to direct multiple Best Picture Academy Award nominated films. Previous ones being Catherine Bigelow, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, Greta Gerwig, and Dame Jean Champion. No, Campaign. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Campanio. I know that's not how you pronounce it. I don't know. But she did the piano and The Power of the Dog. But yeah. Oh, okay. This little bit of trivia really speaks to what you were talking about. Chloe Zhao was attracted to this project because it spoke so much about her own experience with heartbreak and midlife crisis, notably the ending of her long-term relationship with cinematographer, some dude. Joshua James Richards. Don't know who that is, but one of the themes you were definitely bringing up was like the sorrow and the sadness and how much that was in the film, and it seems that was
important.
So then
to
she
the
was
director.
pouring into it.
It looks like there's also a trivia fact. It says working on the film gave the director the inspiration to start training as a death doula or death midwife, which helped her confront her lifelong fear of death, which is like that's kind of inspirational too in that way. And that yeah. Oh, and another bonus points. I saw credited on the writing of the screenplay is the author of the book.
Yes, I did see that, and then
Yeah.
I forgot it. Because we changed a bunch of other things. Yeah, no, I was just seeing what else she has worked on. Because I think her name, I don't know if it made it, if it came up in our conversations.
Mm-hmm. I know we were trying to find for a female director. She might have been on a list, but she might have not had, because that was a 5-week month. And this only came out last year. So.
Yeah. Let's see. So, I think that's what it was. Yeah, because at the point, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Hamnet's her kind of 5th full movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it looks like the person that you said, like, the end of the relationship was a cinematographer on Nomadland and Eternals. So they did work together a lot, so. Ooh.
Yep. Oh, well. I don't know who he is, but hey, girl, you're doing better now. I was like, who the heck is this? I clicked, like, this tab, and I was like, who's this person? And I was like, oh, it's Tom Holland. I open up so many tabs while we read these things and look at it all, and I'm just like, or was just person that I clicked on there. I will say, just looking at some of the pictures of this visually looks impressive.
Which the
Hamnet.
Oh yeah, like on one hand it feel like as a viewer I was like it doesn't feel complicated, but in that way it makes me feel like they really paid attention to a lot of things, you know, like
yeah,
if it feels seamless to go through a lot of this stuff you're like, oh, they really thought about this.
Yeah. This I saw this picture while I was scrolling through, and this is what made me think of The Witch. It's well, there we go. It's
the attic.
Yeah, so like there's a scene of woman, I don't know who it is. I guess the main actress in the attic, and in The Witch there's a lot of scenes in a very similar looking attic. Mm-hmm. So that is where it connected in my mind. Oops. So yeah, but no, I do like just looking at the pictures, like the colors that are shown here, like the greens in the forest of like how alive.
Yeah. It's like bright but muted, like at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's no, it's I don't know why it makes me want to watch The Green Knight again.
I can see that too, for sure. That one is a very emotional movie too. But yeah, like scenes like this, they're very simple, but like it just feels, I don't know, it all makes sense together, which I'm just impressed by.
Yeah, and it's like, as you were saying, like the clothes. Okay, so the picture that Hop just sent me, it is a woman in like a kind of, it looks like a used red dress, like in a field. It looks like there's a building behind there. Might be the Globe, I'm guessing, judging from what I know a little bit about Shakespeare stuff. Or is that a farm?
That's just a house, yeah.
House, yeah. Yeah, well, they're in a field. There's a house back there, and then a man walking away. But it's like, it's one of those things that, since you brought up anime before, at least I know they would do it in older animes, and they do this in comics. I don't say older because I haven't watched a lot of new animes. And just art pieces where the screen, like if you've taken the whole shot, it's like, okay, it's a full scene. There's life. You can see the field. You see the house behind him. You see this man walking by. But it's just like, it's a very purposeful thing because she's wearing this red dress, which it isn't like a Neo in the Matrix, the woman in the red dress. Like that is supposed to catch your attention. But it's this muted thing, but because it stands out, you're just like, your eyes are drawn to her. And but it's not like, oh, look at the giant, like, fluorescent bright red dress. It's still like, no, it's
yeah. Like, and if you watch
looks
it,
worn stuff,
I'm sure there are significant things that people can talk about, but like, I think if I remember correctly, she's the only character, like female, like adult character in that particular color. Okay. I'm sure that means something, but
but that's spoilers.
That just means I don't have an English degree.
It's the scarlet letter.
But yeah, and then here's one other example I'll give you where this is them standing in front of like buildings, and this is supposed to be her and her brother.
Okay.
Like they just look like people, and that's nice.
So she is the only one that wears like that color?
That shade of color, yeah. Because I'm trying to think of the other adult women, and a lot of the other adult women are wearing more like grays, if I remember correctly.
That feels like I wouldn't be surprised if that's like a very purposeful art like direction here. Now like I was like, okay, this sounds interesting, but now I'm like interested in just like the art direction that Chloe Zhao and like her team chose to put this together. I really hope I'm pronouncing her name right, but it's like, yeah, because it's like the two things that they sit here. It's like the two pictures. Like this actress she is made to stick out in like a sea of gray and muted colors.
Yeah,
she is red, but a little bit muted, like a muted red, but still sticks out.
Yeah, and this is them at like a dinner table with I think his family.
Hey.
But you see, like she's the only one that's really. But again, there's supposed to be that emphasis that she's like, they all say like she's a woods witch and she's not like everybody else and she's not a proper woman and things like that.
Because she doesn't wear a head covering.
But she's also like a lot of other scenes. People are like, why are you out in the woods? Why do you care about these herbs? And she's like,
getting
let
high.
me do my thing.
Nope. Yeah. No, that's pretty neat. Like I'm a little bit interested now. So, if it's on the airplane.
I mean, it came out last year. I feel like sometimes airplanes have movies from like the last like two to 5 years.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just so I got Amazon Prime because it was free for a month because I was waiting for Prime to get some deals for things, and I now, because of that, for like the next couple of weeks I have the Prime video stuff. And like the way you were talking about it, there's a movie I think I mentioned to you before. It's Sheep Detectives.
Yeah, is it on there?
Yes, it like just got on there, but it's like out of nowhere. I'm seeing like all these people that was like, I thought I was going to watch a movie about dumb sheep solving a detective like this case. I wasn't expecting to bawl my eyes out. Why is this movie written so well? And I'm like, okay, are these just like uncultured people, or is it real? So,
is it just coming back around?
Yeah. So, I don't know. I am interested. However, I know the joys of I don't have a good title without just saying her name. I don't have a good sorry. I know the fiance is also interested in watching it, so it's just like I might be like, well, I'll probably lose Prime by the time she returns, so we'll just go out and figure it out. But anyway,
so your movie time.
Yeah. Depending on how fast they go, we might be getting rid of 2 more rules. But
sorry, I distracted you with
art.
Because it's one of those things, like, I know I've said it a bunch of times, but like the more we watch and talk about movies, the more I feel like I can notice in movies, and it just, I don't know, something about this just felt like, yes. Like, it's been a while since I've watched a movie where it was just like I could immediately just get lost in.
This is why I really want to go back to watching the same movies with you again, because it's like, I'm like, oh man, this is good, but like I feel like I'm missing out. And it's like I like the whole thing of us selling each other on a movie, but I also missed like I'm also missing what it was like before. Like I think it's a good switch up, but it's like, no, I miss like doing this and then going to Spoiler Town and be like, all right, let's dig into this. So,
all right, just a few more months of this.
yeah, just half a year.
Yeah, and then we'll just watch movies about sharks.
I'm getting so many bad shark movies.
You did that to yourself. You shared it with me, and they went, "This must be what he wants."
I know, but I will admit I am very interested in watching a Ouija shark. Anyway, I'm starting my time. I also read the book, and then as I was looking around, similar to Hop, I was like, oh man, this movie, I have no interest in watching this, no interest in watching this. I almost chose The Hunger Games.
Okay.
The thing is, I never read the book.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I came across a book, a movie that I did read. And then I watched the movie and then went to bed very late because I started it too late, called The Name of the Rose.
Okay, I'm not familiar.
So, The Name of the Rose, it is, that's Hamnet. Where's The Name of the Rose? There it is, the Wikipedia. It's a novel that came out in 1980, and it is from this Franciscan friar who is looking back at his life. This like one time where him and his mentor go to this. There's a lot of Italian and like 14th century words because that is when it's set.
Oh my God, it's Sean Connery. Sorry,
yes, it is Sean Connery. Hold up. Not only Ron Perlman is in here, or Rod Perlman.
Was the book a comedy?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. No, it
Sorry,
is.
the poster looks like a comedy.
I know. The poster does. Yeah, it's a thing. It's
Christian Slater.
Yeah, he's in like. Oh, that's who was he? Like that was the thing. I was like, I saw that in there, and I was like, which one was he? As I'm trying to. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, this is like young Christian Slater. Like he's maybe like 18, maybe younger. So anyway, there's like a lot of names in here that like I recognize, and then I like just seeing them, well, either alive or young. So, but yeah. So pretty much they go through this. The whole book is told from Adso, which is Christian Slater's character. He's like this narrator in the book, and he's retelling his time when they go to this abbey, and then all of a sudden these deaths start appearing, or when they arrive there, a death happens, and then like slowly them keep coming, and they notice that they are following Revelations, the end times, like the 7 seals, I think, that are being broken. And so in the book and in the movie, all the monks are worrying because like at that time, with a lot of religious warfare and all this stuff, weird 2 words to put together, inquisitions and all this stuff, they were constantly looking, hey, the end times are going to be happening, we're trying to find scenes, and these deaths are mirroring the events that are written in the Bible for the end times of these 7 seals before like Lucifer and all his peeps show back up. So I'm gonna just share what the movie is, and then where I feel that the movie does the book injustice.
Okay. So
the book is good. The book is also very hard to read. To be fair, it is an older book, but it's a hard read mainly because of there's a lot of 14th century religious terms, Italian names that aren't used anymore. A lot of the, what's his name? Uberto Eco. I'm probably butchering his name. You can tell that he loves history pretty much, and is dove into this whole scene. The movie, which it looks like from what I'm seeing, the author did help a little bit. I thought I saw. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I misread that somewhere. But anyway, it seems like it takes the highlights of the book, and not that they were bad. It just, there's a lot of context that helps strengthen what is going on.
Okay, I do see him listed as a writer in IMDb.
Yeah, it's not on Wikipedia, but what does that mean? So it's, I think that's what I saw in there. Which I don't know, that could have just been from the book.
Oh, as the based on.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Because I don't see him as a screenplay.
Yeah. So, pretty much the Sean Connery's character, William of Baskerville, and Christian Slater's character, Adso of Milk, they show up at this abbey. And it really doesn't tell you why they're going there in the movie. I'll get into why they're going there in a bit. But it seems like they just randomly show up, and as they arrive, they're just like, oh, hey, something's wrong. And pretty much the abbey, the master of the abbey, or the head priest, whatever I forget what his name is, he like has connections with Sean Connery's character and is like, hey, is everything okay? Is that all cool? And they're just like, he's like, yeah. Oh, by the way, I noticed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. So who died? And he's just like, who told you? He was like, you know who I am. Like, and he's just like, okay, yeah. If you could find out what's going on, because like there's people that are freaking out, and we have guests coming pretty much later. In the book, the guests that are coming are a very important thing that I feel like maybe I just missed it, because the whole reason that William and Baskerville and Adso go to this abbey is because they are having this debate between the Franciscans and the other sect that I'm blanking on the name of. They're having this debate where pretty much it's should the church is it the equivalent of, hey, did Christ like get the money? Like, was he rich, or like was he given things, and should the church be hoarding money, or should we be going away? And it's like, because the Franciscans, when we see them, they're very plain Jane. They don't have a lot of stuff, but then you see like these other sects of Christianity at that time, and it's very much those like pictures of, we see like the Pope with the bright robes, the gold and everything, and they're just like, oh, it's so. In the book, this is a big deal. Like, it's something that is a whole week of debates, that the whole reason they're there, that they're trying to find out why these people are dying. That's in there. Instead, where I remember when I was watching, it's like, I thought this scene happened later, but it's pretty much what they focus on more in the book is, because it is told from Atso's perspective, is that pretty much they are trying to hunt down this person who, one of the monks that they find. He runs away, and they split up to go catch him. And while doing that, Atso searches the kitchen, gets scared, hides, as this other monk is like getting all grumpy and agitated, and then he finds out that there is a girl from the village that is in there, and she has been pretty much giving sexual favors for food. to where he, as he puts it, gives into the temptation because she is quite pretty. So, but like the whole movie is based off of his guilt, and where she, she gets caught about certain things and accused, and it's just, hey, it's like, no, she was she's being punished for the circumstances, not so much like no one's actually helping her, the other villagers. Like, she was just trying to survive. She wasn't trying to seduce people or all this stuff. Which, excuse me, that is part of the story in the book, but it feels like that is the main crux of Atso's story that's going on here. While he's like, in the book, it feels like he's a lot more like trying to figure out what's going on. He's a much more active participant, while in the movie he feels a little bit more passive. While Sean Connery's character is like the Sherlock Holmes and can figure all this stuff out.
Okay.
Overall, the movie does follow the basic gist of the mystery. Like, it shows the deaths. It shows. I feel like it rushes over a little bit of the solving of the mystery and like kind of dumbed down William of Baskerville's character a little bit to where it feels a little bit more lucky than. And his character also seems. It seems like we're only seeing one lens of his character rather than the whole thing, because William of Baskerville, Sean Connery's character, he in the movie he's like, I did sins and there's things that I am still saying sorry for and all this stuff. And we learn more about his character, which it's spoilers, but I do think the book is interesting enough to read. It's once you get past the history jargon. but it focused so much on his like trying to atone and make better, while on the other side in the book, the Franciscans, they are constantly like being looked down at the other sex because they believe that they can laugh, and it's like, it is joy, and it's good to laugh, and it's good to all this stuff, and see what like the world that the Lord's created. And so, and he's a little bit more on the fringe end, because there's multiple times where he's like, like they don't really write it in today's lingo, but essentially he's like, William Baskerville goes out in the woods and gets high. So,
more or less. Okay.
Yeah, like it's pretty much what he does, and he tells Adso, it's just like, hey, you got to experience things and like figure stuff out. Like, he's a lot more free and like encouraging to Adso to be like, use your mind, like, because he follows Aristotle and like the theological writers of that time, or philosophy brain got them all mixed up, but yeah, the philosophy of that time, and he's like, he talks about all that stuff, and he tells Adso, he's like, hey, this is good stuff to look into. This is all this stuff that it is important. The church looks down on it, which I think is a mistake. There's a lot of good that we can learn from the wisdom that the Lord has given men. And that's what he's talking about. He's like, we shouldn't just shut things off because it challenges our thinking. Ooh. Whoa, woke monk. But at the same time, he's like, he was given charge of raising Adso and making all that, but it's not like, hey, you're gonna do stuff because like you pretty much you're my protege, I'm training you and all this stuff. But he's like, there's definitely parts in the movie where he's like, hey, Adso, you what do you think, like, and lets him have like free reign. And that's normally where when he gets in trouble or something. But yeah, I just think because there's just so much in the book, it's hard for. I think the movie does the best that it can,
which is how much it's trying to squeeze in into a shorter format.
Yeah, because like the debate, which is it's pretty interesting because he like puts the whole debate in the book, like or a big chunk, like the main chunk of it, and then there's parts where he's like, "This is going on forever. I want to go find murders." But it's like they has this big whole debate in there, and it's like in this it's like less than 3 minutes, 5 minutes maybe in the whole film. And that's like the whole reason they're going in there. And there's just like all these like different people that are coming that are asking William to do this stuff. And which is why like they want to do all these different things, but it's like, hey, we can't make our order look bad, because if we do, it's going to just hinder us while we're trying to present our points and we're trying to do all this stuff. But at the same time, William and Atso are like, hey, we're finding out different things about this place, and people be shifty. This like old abbey doesn't make sense, because I think it once was like a it was like either an old Italian castle or something like that, and there's like all these like hidden areas that they're able to go into. And the one thing, because I didn't mention it because they kind of gloss over it in the movie, but the reason why this abbey is so important is that it is pretty much the equivalent of the Library of Alexandria. Like there's
a lot of important information.
Yes,
yeah.
And it's all locked away. So like William and Atso want to go look in there, but it's like, no, you don't have the credentials to get in here. Like you're not allowed to go in there, whatever. And he's like, I want to like go in there and read these books, but I can't because they're not letting me. Also, I got to find out why people are dying. But it's but like there's a part of the movie where they eventually like find another way into the library, and it's this labyrinth of a place where it's like it's very confusing, where it's like, hey, we walked in a circle and we're not where we started. In fact, William is in another section while Atso got turned around is in another section, but they followed like the same path. And it's like they're all like confused, and it's like really interesting seeing that. But it's like at the same time, like budgetary stuff with like in the 1980s, like it's it is what it is. But I will say, I think I say this a lot and it might just be because of the books that I read, I think this would be an interesting like mini series, like a 6 episode, like kind of 6 or 10 episode like mini series of going in there where it's just take a little bit more time, show the depth of it, and like, because the thing is there are tons of characters in this book. Like you meet a whole abbey of monks, which as the movie goes and the book goes on, they kind of get less and less. But it's there's at least like between like 15 to 20 characters that you meet in the story, which is a lot, like in a book.
And to try and squeeze that into a you
yes.
said like 2 hour, 10-minute movie.
Yeah. And so it's like, as I said, I think they hit the highlights in the movie. I don't think the movie, it's definitely aged. I don't think it's the best. I don't think it aged the best. But I think it gives a decent overview of the book. And if it's like, okay, this is interesting, and I want to get a little bit deeper on like why certain things are going on or anything, then the book, like it goes in deeper. But I will say it was, as much as I had like disappointments while watching the movie, I don't think I would recommend this movie to anybody, because I think there's better murder mysteries. I think there's better movies of talking about like theological church mumbo jumbo stuff. If you care about that, I think there's better medias that show that. But I will say it is fun seeing a lot of these actors like some of them now who are definitely getting older, and some of them that were old when I started watching movies. Like seeing them younger and all this stuff. So it's it is interesting. Like it's an interesting movie, but it's like at the same time I'm like there are better movies to watch. So unless you read the book and you're like, oh, let me give it a chance, I would say pass on it.
Okay.
But it's but the book is still good if you are into that style of historical fiction.
We both read well, we both picked things for historical fiction. Mine was more just big sad, and yours was murder mystery.
Yeah. This was on my list to read, watch, because I saw I realized it was a movie later, and well, I know the fiance would not watch this because it is over 5 years old. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say this in particular happens to be 40 years old now.
Ugh. Yeah. So, time's up. But yeah, I don't know if what I said made sense because there's just like once again like the movie is
a lot happening.
Yeah, there's a lot happening in the movie. In short, as I said before, the Name of the Rose movie hits the high notes of the book, and I don't think it does a bad job, but I don't think it's the best adaptation that could have been done at the book. I think it was probably really good at the time, but I feel like I don't think this is something to be like, hey, let's stretch it out to a 2 or 3 part movie. And like I'm even gonna take back what I said originally. I think a miniseries, like I think this would be a really good 3 to 4 episode TV show, one of those hour-long TV things where it's just I feel like you can still get the meat of it and a lot of the stuff out.
Yeah, it looks like 2019 there was a miniseries.
Oh yeah, I just saw that.
It does, so it says runtime. Wait, where was that list? Number of episodes 8.
8, yeah. So
I can't tell how long each episode is, but they did it. I know we joke that a lot of other things would be like, this would be better as a miniseries, and there's never a miniseries, but now this one has one.
I wonder if let's see, is it on the blah 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 IMDb?
Yes. I think this one is Italian.
Yeah. Which I watch an Italian whatever it is. Thank you. I was trying to find it, but I wasn't able to. Well, that is one heck of a just play trailer scene, right? Just dead shot there. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it doesn't. It looks like it got average ratings.
I think someone tried to say there's one review that gave it 6 stars. Unnecessary. I agree with much as already has been said by these 2 other users. The 1986 adaptation of The Name of the Rose was and then it cuts off ...
Yeah.
So that might have been someone who liked the movie.
And what's fun is apparently you have to have an account to read the rest.
I know. I tried to click it, but no luck.
Yeah. So it looks like it's, I don't know. I'm not going to knock a 7 rated. Like, that's above average. So, yeah, I wish. Does it say where to watch it? Visually, this looks. Now it's kind of hard to, switch my brain in the characters because I can see William of Baskerville while stinking Sean Connery stuck in my head. Oh, I know what this. Okay, I was taking a second to realize. I don't know if it's showing the same, screen here that it says play the trailer and it's just some dude colorfully censored in a pool of water, and I was like, what the heck is that? And then I'm like, oh wait,
It might be on Prime Video if you need something for your flight.
Oh.
I just can't tell if it's I think it. Oh wait, this one. It's hard to tell because I don't have an account anymore. So.
Yeah. I'm like looking at
this.
This doesn't look too bad. Sorry.
Yeah, it's saying may not be available in your location. Go to the United States catalog. I'm like, I think you guys just don't like that I'm not really signed into any account.
I am still signed in. I will find out for us. Well, I just put something in there. Or I'll just click the link you sent me. It is no longer available in our region.
Boo.
It's, yeah, go to Amazon.com to see the video catalog. It's like, how about no, you poop?
You gotta go spoof your VPN to be Italy.
Oh, wait a second. It says I'm not logged in.
Oh.
Hold up. I'll fix this. I don't want to ask Alexa about this. Oh, I can buy the DVD. I wish I could just... Okay, let's see. If I click the DVD... okay, yeah, it doesn't look like it's in Prime or anything. So... but anyway. Well, I'm glad that they made it. Don't know if I'll ever watch it, because I don't know if I can find it. Let's see. Yeah, because not even IMDb, sometimes they tell you where you can watch it. Anyway, oh yeah, I got the link for... Oh wait, here, where to watch. Doesn't say. Thank you, useless website.
That's all right. But anyways, yeah, so you said in summary, like, it's not terrible, but it's not... It wouldn't be your first recommendation for the different things, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's better... I will say there's not a lot of, religious debate movies with subplot to a murder mystery. I will say it is interesting, like, the story in general, because there's so many murder mysteries that I read at this point that is... like where there are murder mysteries that do take the inspirations from the Bible and religious texts and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I think what makes this story interesting is that it's not like a Hercule Poirot or Sherlock Holmes or I'm forgetting the other Agatha Christie characters. I know she has a female detective, Miss Maisie, I think it is.
Mabel.
Yeah, I'm blanking on the name right now, but it's but the fact that it is monks trying to solve and see through, like, all this religious hysteria, while trying to also, like, make sure that, hey, these guys that are giving their life to God to the point where they're like, we are staying away from society and all that stuff, are getting all worked up in a frenzy. But at the same time, it's like, hey, you went up here to get away from sin, and now you're like, sins are coming to light that is more than just murder. So it is, I think it's an interesting story in that sense. But I will also say I haven't read the book in a while, so, but I think pretty much, if I remember correctly, that is, I don't know, as I say for everything, because I know my memory isn't the greatest on certain things after I haven't read it for a while, because I think I read this book back in 2023. So, so if anything I said that is like, oh man, I want to take a look at that book, just once again, make sure there isn't anything in there. I don't trust the memory of me 3 years ago. Oh, that also seems weird to say.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say, oh, I think that's when I read Hamnet as well, and then you said, yeah, 3 years ago. And I went, oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just found out the series that it's taking me 3 years to read. I'm finally finishing it. The Greenbone Saga, Jade City War and Legacy by Jane Fonda. Yes. Oh my goodness.
No, Jane Fonda is the actress. Fonda Lee.
Fonda Lee. Yeah, I was like, it's Fonda somebody. I will say like, they're all good books. I love them, but it's just like this last one. I'm just like, oh, it's so good. It's like bringing closure to everything. I'm just like, oh, it's so good.
I've heard great things because I really liked the Amina Al-Sarafi book, and that author said that Fonda Lee is one of her like friends that has great books, and I bought the standalone fantasy that Fonda Lee recently released. I haven't read it yet. It's like The Last Contract of Isako.
Okay. I'm unfamiliar. All I know is the Greenbone Saga, which I'm just like, it's also like a lot of the Hong Kong movies that I like that are crime. It's crime family, but it's just
I've heard she has some of the best action in like fantasy.
Yes, like I think the way that she talks about like the magical abilities and stuff in there. By the way, everyone, I can see the time. We're getting rid of 2 rules next episode.
We're gonna run out of rules.
Cool. But yeah, it's we knew this was gonna happen. We chose one that has books.
Oopsies.
But yeah, it's her magic system is very grounded, but also like it's like, okay, without sitting there explaining, it's like, here's your 3 the 3 areas. It's like, no, it explains it all while it's happening. So it's like you got your defense, you got your offense, and then you have like your sensing. And it's like it's all in those 3 skills, and like everyone who uses this magic is able to like have certain like abilities in there. But it's like it's very interesting seeing it go from like just this war on this little island that now it is across the globe, and it feels very natural, and it's just at the point where I'm like, all right, like, and there's a character that I remember not being, I was like, I can't wait for him to get his. And I'm now just today read when he gets his, and I was like, oh man, me in book 2 that is not what I wanted. But now in book 3, I was like, oh my goodness, that is like the best like way for that person to be like, it's like she is very good at being like building up. You're like, oh man, it's got to be this. Holy fart crackers, that was not what I was expecting. It is a very good book and a very good series. But once again, I got like 3 or 4 more chapters or hours, I don't know. It could be more. But it's pretty much, there's like one big storyline they got to wrap up, and then it's kind of, she's slowly tying all the bows. I think, what's her face? The Poppy War and Yellowface.
R.F. Kuang.
Yeah, I completely blanked on her name. I think I remember reading that she also, Fonda Lee, she like she was like, yeah, and was talking highly about her books as well. But anyway, unfortunately, that was supposed to be made into a miniseries, which would have been, I think, really good if they did it right. And then the streaming service got canceled. But anyway, you know what doesn't get canceled for at least the next 6 to 7 months?
I hope it never gets canceled.
The
Do we have anything
wheel.
suspicious on the wheel? But here's to hoping. I will start the spinning now. Don't get us canceled, wheel. Don't do it.
Yeah. And if you do, cancel Hop.
Let's see. Starts with the first letter of your name.
Oh, okay. Now, is that our government Christian name or our internet name? Which
I I'll let you have either.
Well,
I
to
don't
be
know
fair, it's
I don't
the
know
same
if
one for
you're-
me.
Well, you might have an I in front of
True.
yours. I don't think that's easier, but
No, I don't know. Even though I realized I did say your name on the podcast, and then I forgot to blank it out. And I'm like, I don't even remember what episode that was.
that's fine.
That's what you said at the moment, too.
My name's so common.
Yep.
It almost landed on featuring an actor or actress you enjoy.
Oh. What's the
went
next
right
Robert
past
Patterson movie I'm going to watch? Anyway. Wait, was that your prompt or my prompt?
The starts with the
Letter?
That's my prompt.
Oh. Also, we got to come up with a new rule.
Oh, shoot. We've been yapping for a while.
I feel it needs to be like book related.
If you... Yeah, so we can do if blank, tell us the last book you read. So... So what's the if in the beginning?
I was about to say if you roll a single digit, but that's like half
I
the
did
dice.
do that today.
Yeah. But it's like we also roll a D4, D6, D8, and a D10 is majority, and D12. Like 5 of the dice are single. Let's see. How about if you roll the highest?
Oh, right. That's fair.
I'm just trying to... I was like...
How did we not do that yet?
I don't know. I was like, could we do both? I'm like, no, leave the lowest for something else.
Yeah. If you roll the higher number, tell us the last book you read. Cool.
Yep. So, with that, everyone, join us next week. For us, is going to be a couple weeks. As we get rid of 2 rules, because looking at the time code right now, we're in 1 hour 20. And there's no editing that will get it under 1 hour 15. So, thank you, everyone, and we will see you all next time. Peace.